afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4. Made it to the end of another week, Susan.
It's Friday.
It's Friday.
Boy, what a difference a day makes, huh?
Yeah, from 40 to snow and a lot of snow out west. So
yes,
that actually is topping our news today. The snow is back. Well, some of it is anyway. A dusting here in the Madison area, but more out west will show you what to expect for the evening commute.
Another day of record-breaking COVID cases as the 7-day average in Wisconsin surpasses the 10,000 barrier, and there are likely more than that.
And the Halderson trial will resume next week. We'll tell you when and when it may wrap up. That's all coming up. But first, let's take a look outside. People enjoying the snow. Kind of looks like a snow globe out there at times. Dana's in the backyard. Not a lot of snow here, just enough to coat things a little bit.
Yeah, give us a bit of a refresher in Madison. Right now, as we look at our Doppler track, we're not picking up anything over Madison, but I can tell you, standing out here on the patio, there's some flurries coming down for us. The steadier snowfall is definitely still along the western edge of the state, but this ramping up a little bit for us over the last hour or so. So we're trending a little higher than a dusting for us in Dane County. Again, the steadier snowfall, though, still on track for Iowa and Minnesota, where they do have winter storm warnings in effect for tonight. Right now, we have winter weather advisories for our western counties, Grant County, Crawford County included in that. So an alert day now in the forecast for tonight. The snowfall will taper to flurries and come to an end. Generally 1 to 4 inches possible, with the highest amounts certainly off to the west along the Mississippi River. Here's a live look with a cloudy sky and these flurries swirling around for us. As far as temperatures go, it's colder outside. We're in the upper teens with wind chills in the single digits. Traffic, I don't have any accidents to report, but I imagine things will be a little slick for us this evening. We're seeing delays eastbound along the Beltline. Nothing westbound for us, but downtown Madison, a few more slow and go spots than usual. Downtown Janesville right now looks smooth, but to get from the Beltline to Janesville, we're at 25 minutes, 16 minutes to get from Middleton to Sauk City, downtown to Sun Prairie in 19 minutes. We'll take a closer look at when the snow will taper off and your weekend temperatures in just a few minutes.
All right, we'll see you then, Dana. Thank you. Current and recent data suggests that there are more people currently infected with COVID-19 than the number of PCR confirmed tests that are reported. That's according to the Rock County Public Health Department. Tracking the number of people with COVID-19 often relies on the conventional testing of individuals who are experiencing symptoms of COVID-19 or have had close contact with an individual who has tested positive. However, this does not capture the full extent of the virus's presence in the community. The use of wastewater monitoring helps gather a more comprehensive understanding of the spread of COVID.
Because with the advent of having the home tests, there are plenty of people that I'm sure are testing positive with COVID that, if their symptoms aren't bad enough to go to the hospital, they're hopefully self-quarantining. So those are numbers that we're maybe not seeing. But, I mean, the wastewater doesn't lie.
The city of Janesville's wastewater utility has been a part of the Wisconsin Department of Health Services coronavirus wastewater monitoring network since September of 2020.
More states are calling in the military to join the fight against the coronavirus. Washington became the latest state to summon its National Guard to help hospitals that are overwhelmed by COVID-19. Members of the armed forces are being called up across the country as the Omicron-fueled outbreak continues to spread.
The most critical need right now is medical staffing for our hospitals. I am now directing an expansion of our FEMA policy to permit funding to states who elect to use their National Guard troops to fill these critical support roles in hospitals.
The nation is still recording nearly 800,000 new COVID infections a day.
A company claiming to provide free COVID-19 tests is facing a mounting list of complaints, says it is shutting down operations for a week to retrain staff. The Center for COVID Control, a company based in Rolling Meadows, Illinois, with some pop-up locations in the Madison area, say it is putting a temporary pause on the collection of patient specimens, effective today, and plans to reopen next Saturday. The closure comes as the company's clinics have received a long list of complaints and carries an F rating with the Better Business Bureau. The BBB says multiple people have reported not receiving test results, poor customer service, and requesting personal information like driver's licenses and insurance information in order to get a test.
The homicide trial of Chandler Halderson is set to resume next week, Tuesday, January 18th, after a delay prompted by the defendant's COVID-19 diagnosis. Judge John Hyland issued an order today that the trial will resume next week because the quarantine periods for everyone involved have passed and nobody has developed symptoms of COVID-19. Judge Hyland put the case on hold on Tuesday after Halderson tested positive for COVID. Jurors were told of the delay the following morning, but were not told that Halderson was the one who tested positive. We could see closing arguments as soon as next week. Stay tuned for Channel 3000 for updates.
Well, 2 months after the bipartisan infrastructure bill was signed into law, the Biden administration is announcing billions of dollars to help replace and repair 15,000 bridges nationwide.
The president says the 5-year initiative is meant to help build a better America. Natalie Brand spoke to the American Society of Civil Engineers about the need.
In communities across the country, it's estimated more than 45,000 bridges are in poor condition. That's why cities are celebrating the Department of Transportation's announcement of $27 billion in federal funding to repair and replace bridges nationwide over the next 5 years.
The Bridge Formula program that we're launching today is the largest dedicated highway bridge investment since the construction of the interstate highway system itself.
The physical infrastructure bill that was recently signed into law also includes a new incentive to help fix local bridges with federal dollars, covering 100% of costs. American Society of Civil Engineers President-elect Maria Lehman calls that a game changer.
That last mile is really important, not just for your Amazon package during COVID, but for the school bus, for the ambulance or the fire truck.
At a White House event Friday, President Biden touted billions of infrastructure dollars being dispersed to improve the nation's ports and high-speed internet. He says it has the added boost of creating jobs.
With this investment, we're sending a message to those communities and to the people who call them home. You matter. We're building back and building back better with you.
We're going to have a lot of cones, a lot of orange cones out there for the next 5 years. But the cumulative impact, both from an economic standpoint and from a safety standpoint, is going to be terrific.
Maria Lehman believes smaller projects could start as soon as this summer. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, Washington.
The Department of Transportation has detailed how much money will go to each state and how many bridges are in poor condition on its website.
The search committee tasked with finding the next leader of the UW system has announced 2 finalists for the position. They are UW Eau Claire Chancellor James Schmidt and Milwaukee law firm CEO Jay Rothman. Schmidt and Rothman will have interviews with the Special Regent Committee and other groups on Tuesday, January 18th. There will be no public input sessions with the finalists due to what UW officials call the extraordinary public input in the process so far.
Darrell Brooks Jr., the Milwaukee man accused of plowing his SUV through a Christmas parade in Waukesha, killing 6 people and injuring dozens more, will stand trial for murder. Brooks appeared in Waukesha County Court before Commissioner Kevin Costello for a preliminary hearing. Such hearings, when a court official decides whether there's enough evidence to hold a defendant for trial, are usually a formality, but can shed light on defense and prosecution strategies. The prosecution brought 1 witness to the stand, Detective Tom Casey from the Waukesha Police Department.
The driver of that vehicle, do you see that person present in the courtroom here today?
Yes, I do.
Could you identify him, please?
You sit at the seating at the defense table dressed all in red.
You know the name of that person?
Darrell Brooks.
And you positively identify Mr. Brooks as the driver of the vehicle at this point?
Yes, I do.
Brooks is now bound over for trial, and there is an arraignment appearance scheduled for February 11th.
The city of Madison says enough steps have been taken to repair a downtown building housing Pison's restaurant that it can safely reopen while more permanent repairs are made. Building inspectors notified the owners of the building at 131 West Wilson that it has been verified as safe to open. The restaurant's owner told News 3 that they plan to reopen an hour ago tomorrow for limited in-person dining and takeout with a smaller menu. The building was first shut down in September over concerns that its underground parking garage was in such disrepair the building was in danger of collapsing. The building reopened in October after steps had been taken to stabilize it, but the city said it was forced to close the building once again and vacate it in December after learning that work on monitoring the building's stability had stopped.
Well, the second Mineral Point firefighter that was killed in a crash on Highway 151 was laid to rest today. Fire Captain Brian Bush was driving a fire truck to a call last week when a semi struck the fire truck he was driving, killing him and fellow firefighter James Ludlam. He was responding to another crash at the time. Bush taught fire safety each year to elementary students in Mineral Point and loved being a firefighter. The U.S. and Wisconsin state flags will fly at half-staff for the rest of the day today. Brian Bush had been a Mineral Point firefighter since he was 18.
A new commander has been installed at Volk Field, the Wisconsin Department of Military Affairs announced this morning. Colonel Matthew Eakins began work as the 13th commander in Volk Field's history on Monday. His 21-year military career includes command of the 115th Mission Support Group at Truax Field. The previous leader, Colonel Zizda Martin, was removed as commander after just 1 year on the job after investigations revealed alleged misconduct and concerns about the work environment.
Well, still to come at 4, they are the hottest vehicle on the market right now, the new Ford Bronco.
Yep. Does this off-roader live up to all of the hype? We'll find out as we go behind the wheel with Harvey Briggs when Live at 4 comes right back.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
To be a thriver with metastatic breast cancer means asking for what we want and need, and we need more time. So we want Kisqali. Women are living longer than ever before with Kisqali when taken with an aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant in postmenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer. Kisqali is a pill that's significantly more effective at delaying disease progression versus an aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant alone. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Ask your doctor about living longer with Kisqali.
Fixed. No charge.
Ah, that's my son. He always takes care of his mama.
Ooh, what's up with Granny's casserole?
It's for after your Uncle Joe's funeral. My brother didn't have a life insurance policy.
I hear there's a collection to help Aunt Adele.
Yeah, a funeral costs north of $9,000 these days. That's a hefty bill for family to pay if there's no life insurance check to help.
Wow. Makes you think, doesn't it?
Which reminds me, I've been meaning to tell you, I got that $9.95 plan from Colonial Penn. I'm on a fixed income, so price is important.
The life insurance on TV.
Just $9.95 a month to help you pay my funeral expenses. What about your family, son? You've got a wife and kids, and a grandson living with you now, too.
Maybe I should get the $9.95 plan, too. Thing is, this has been a rough year for my business, Ma. Money's tight. Still, for $9.95 a month, I don't have a good excuse, do I?
I'm Jonathan for Colonial Penn Life Insurance Company. If you're age 50 to 85, just $9.95 a month buys whole life insurance with guaranteed acceptance. You cannot be turned down for any health reason. There are no health questions. Guaranteed lifetime coverage. Your insurance can never be canceled. Just pay your premiums. Guaranteed lifetime rate lock. Your rate can never increase. It's locked in as soon as you're covered and stays the same for the rest of your life. With guarantees like these, it's no surprise the $9.95 plan is Colonial Penn's #1 most popular whole life insurance.
Now don't forget to wear your good suit tonight. And please call about the $9.95 plan today while it's on your mind, okay?
Call now for free information.
Call 1-800-505-7613 for free information and your free beneficiary planner. No obligation. 1-800-505-7613. That's 1-800-505-7613. Call now.
Welcome back. Yesterday, we told you about Snoop Dogg's, hip-hop legend Snoop Dogg's potential attempt at a hot dog company. Following along?
Best name ever. Today, Snoop and supermodel Heidi Klum are joining forces. This morning, the two released a new dance single called Chai Tea with Heidi. The song marks Klum's return to music 16 years after she released her holiday hit Wonderland. She told a British newspaper, "I am a huge Snoop Dogg fan, and I figured I needed to go big or go home."
Well, sports fans, you can relax. The NFL has confirmed the Super Bowl will go on as planned February 13th in Los Angeles, despite the COVID surge. It'll be held at SoFi Stadium, and over 70,000 fans are expected to attend. You'll need to provide proof of vaccination or a negative COVID test and must wear masks except when eating.
We're working along with everyone here on stage with the local LA County Health Department to make sure that all of our events are executed safely and within all of the guidelines that have been established.
LA hasn't hosted a Super Bowl in 29 years when it was held at the Rose Bowl. This year's game gives the city a chance to show off its new $5.5 billion stadium. It opened in September of 2020 and serves as home field to both the LA Rams and Chargers.
I'm channeling my green and gold for good luck. Holiday shoppers curbed their spending at the end of the year. Retail sales in the U.S. took an unexpected drop in December. According to the Commerce Department, retail sales fell 1.9% in December, which was worse than analysts expected. The drop came as consumers dealt with higher inflation and the spread of the Omicron variant. Overall, however, it was still a good year for retailers. Sales rose 19.3%.
It was a mixed day on Wall Street. The Dow Industrials gave up 201 points, ending the week at 35,911. The NASDAQ, however, managed an 86-point gain, and the S&P 500 was up 3. Well, the Ford Bronco is back. Good luck finding one to buy.
Yep, and if you do, get ready to pay thousands of dollars over the sticker price.
Is all of this worth the hype? Let's find out as we go behind the wheel with Harvey Briggs in a 2021 Bronco 4-door advanced 4x4 in cactus gray. Well, here it is.
It's back, baby. Ford Bronco. They reinvented the original 60s era Ford Bronco for this generation.
So this isn't the 80s, 90s Bronco.
No, this is not your OJ.
It's not OJ. Back to basics. This new Bronco harkens back to the original, which was designed as an off-road vehicle used on ranches. A direct competitor to the Jeep Wrangler, this new Bronco is the most sought-after vehicle on the market right now.
I know people who've ordered them and have had to wait 9 months to get them. Dealers are putting huge, what they call market adjustments on these things now. So if you walk into a dealership and they happen to have one on the floor, you might pay 10, 15, even as much as $40,000 over sticker price for one of these.
You heard right. Our test Bronco, not for sale by the way, with options, stickers at $43,700. It's the Black Diamond trim level.
The Black Diamond, the Outer Banks, the Wild Track, and the Badlands version. And any one of those versions you can add the Sasquatch package to, which is giant wheels and tires and gives you almost 3 feet of water fording depth with this thing. It's just unbelievable, and it is so much fun when you drive it off-road.
There is a street version of the Bronco. Ford calls it the Outer Banks trim, which Harvey says is set up to be a little more of a daily driver, but still keeps great capacities off-roading. And off-roading is what the Bronco is all about, outside and in.
So I want to show you a couple of features inside that are really important for off-roaders. First of all, you have all these auxiliary switches that are already in place. So if you want to put lights, a winch, anything else, they're wired and already in place. They have set up here where you can put in bars to put in your cameras and other things that you want to use. And then you'll notice the interior looks pretty Spartan.
Yeah, it's not luxurious.
No, this is vinyl, rubberized floor mats. But then there's this, a drain plug, so that when you get all muddy in here, just hose it down and it goes right down the drain.
It's an off-roader, inside and out and underneath.
So you've got a number of different drive modes with this. You have normal mode, which we're in right now, which can be 2-wheel or 4-wheel drive. Eco mode, sport mode, which obviously moves things up. Slippery mode for, you know, snow on the road. Then you have mud and ruts, sand, and a rock crawling mode.
They call all of those drive modes GOAT modes. Go over any terrain. A phrase used on the original Bronco. So this is the real deal. That's why everyone wants one. Harvey's advice to would-be Bronco buyers?
I would wait. I would say let's wait another 6-8 months. Let this die down a little bit. Let the inventory build up. And then you're going to be able to get them the way you want them, and you're going to be able to get them at or close to sticker price.
Yeah, but we want one now.
With the Sasquatch package.
It's better in a 2-door, I think, too.
I prefer the 2-door. I like the look of it. The 4-door feels a little long, a little big, and it's not as good on the trail because it just doesn't have the maneuverability. But
and speaking of the trail, they'll teach you how to drive this thing.
Yeah, it's
they will.
big.
If you buy a new Bronco, you get free access to their Bronco off-rodeo centers. There are a number of them around the country. I was able to take a class at their Austin, Texas off-rodeo center.
And we're seeing pictures of that now. It's kind of rough terrain.
It's very rough terrain. I was really impressed with the capability of the vehicle there, and I learned a ton from the people. Even though I've done a fair amount of off-roading, it's really great to have an expert walk you through it, not just the techniques of how to drive, but then the proper modes and settings for the vehicle, because they're so complex now.
It's a very masculine car. You know what I mean?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll have to wait for one.
If I get another one, Mark, hopefully we'll be able to get together and go off-road.
There you go. There you go.
It's a date. All right, you can get more information at ridesanddrives.com. Harvey, thank you. Have a good weekend.
Thanks, Harvey. Good to see you.
Thank you, guys.
Well, longtime Channel 3 viewers will remember anchor Michelle Lee. She's working in St. Louis now, but getting national attention.
Yep, it all started with a viewer complaint, which went viral and has turned into a movement. We'll have more on that coming up after Dana's First Warn forecast.
Rest a Beauty Rest Black or Black Hybrid at Steinhafels, and you could win a 2-year lease to a 2022 Mercedes-Benz GLA 250. Beauty Rest Black is the ultimate in luxury and comfort. Queen mattresses start at just $23.99. Plus, get a free weighted blanket and $200 in Steinhafels cash. And with Steinhafels special financing and free delivery, buying a Beauty Rest Black has never been easier. Relax, it's Steinhafels and steinhafels.com.
Nurse Mariam Sabo knows a moment this pure demands a lotion this pure. New Gold Bond Pure Moisture Lotion. 24-hour hydration. No parabens, dyes, or fragrances. Gold Bond. Champion your skin.
There's been much debate about the Mona Lisa smile. Would it have been bigger and brighter if she'd had good dental care? Maybe if Physicians Mutual Insurance Company had been around back then, it'd be a different story. She could have gone to the dentist more, knowing she'd have help paying the bills. And those regular checkups might have found early signs of tooth decay or gum disease, costly problems that could keep anyone from smiling. Physicians Mutual offers affordable coverage that can help pay for cleanings and unexpected or expensive procedures you might need, like crowns or dentures. This is real dental insurance, not just a discount plan or for checkups only. There are no deductibles, and there's no annual maximum. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Call or go online today for a free information kit from Physicians Mutual. Get the dental care you need to help you stay healthy. For your free information kit with all the details, call us now or go to sendinfokit.com.
Step into the new when you drive a Chevy. It's time for a fresh approach and a new perspective. Meet new friends or reconnect with some old ones and find the Chevy that's right for you. Find new experiences, find new roads. Step into the new with a new Chevy. Very well qualified buyers can get 0% financing on most Chevy vehicles. Plus, current Chevy owners get an additional $750 bonus cash. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
At iMart Express, it's just the right price. 2 pairs of glasses start under $40. Using insurance? We accept over 1,000 plans, and using your benefits is as easy as 1, 2, 3. No insurance? No problem. Glasses to fit your budget. It's just the right price. Only at iMart Express.
Welcome to the lifestyles of the smart and savvy. Today, the Coopers are a cost-conscious couple. But back in the day, not so much. Now, saving is more their style, which is why they chose Consumer Cellular. They get the same premium coverage as the nation's leading carriers for half the cost. Imagine talk, text, and data starting at $20 a month. And award-winning customer service. Switch to Consumer Cellular today and start saving.
Well, take a look at this. A single page of a Spider-Man comic book fetched a record-breaking $3.36 million at auction. The page was the original artwork by Mike Zeck and shows Spider-Man with a black costume for the first time. It's a one-of-a-kind. Auction houses have turned to popular culture since the beginning of the pandemic with record prices for comics and Pokemon cards.
Wow,
$3.36 million.
Oh, why didn't I save my Pokemon cards?
There's a lot of stuff we should have saved from our youth.
So many things I should have saved.
Absolutely.
Goodness.
Should have saved those 40-degree weather temperatures.
We could have bottled those up. Right? That would have been nice. Right now, of course, it's a little colder outside and a little more snowy for us. Bit of a snow globe look for us in some areas. We'll have more snow through the rest of this evening and take a closer look at temperatures for the weekend right after the break.
Guys, if you're suffering from erectile dysfunction, Peak Performance for Men has a natural solution that can help you today. That's right. Stop wasting money on pills and inferior technology that hurts and just masks your ED. Fix it for good. The best part? Our ED treatment is non-invasive, painless, and you can get back to your natural functionability after just a few short in-office sessions. Call us today and mention this ad and your initial consultation is free. We are Madison's trusted specialist and only national erectile dysfunction provider. Call Peak Performance for Men today.
Stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes to an hour. I'm Jonathan Greenhut, the CEO of PowerSwabs. When I met Dr. Ginniker and he introduced me to PowerSwabs and I saw how effective they were and how easy they were to use, I knew we had to share it with the world. PowerSwabs was clinically studied to whiten natural teeth as well as stain caps, crowns, and veneers. It's so effective, it works on stains caused by coffee, tea, red wine, and even smoking. For those of you who have that one stained tooth that's darker than the rest, PowerSwabs can target that area using swab precision.
I really love the fact that you're able to go individually on each tooth and make sure that it's going to be wider.
So this New Year's, if you have yellowing between your teeth or coffee stains near your gum line, just snap, swab, and smile. And each 5-minute application, you'll see whiter teeth. So stop whitening your smile the old-fashioned way with strips and trays that can take 30 minutes or an hour and start using the PowerSwabs 5-minute solution. Just snap, swab, and smile.
After just 7 days, the results were awesome. PowerSwabs was easy to use every day, and each day I could see it better and better, and from beginning to end, it's definitely whiter. They look clean, they feel clean, and people have made comments about it, which is nice.
Call for your 5-minute solution to whiter teeth. This new year, order PowerSwabs and receive up to 40% off the retail price. Get a free PowerSwabs Quick Stick pen with your order. The Quick Stick pen is your on-the-go solution to help prevent stains from adhering to your teeth after drinking coffee, tea, or even after smoking. And in addition to saving up to 40% on your purchase and your free Quick Stick pen, get free shipping by ordering now. Dial the number on your screen or visit powerswabs.com today.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
snowing outside for us right now. Flurries in some areas, steadier snow showers really along the western edge of the state and into Iowa and Minnesota, where it has been a bit of a wintry scene for them today. So we have an alert day in the forecast now for tonight. We've added that in since the snow has ramped up just a little bit more, trending a little more to the west. So we do want to be careful on the roads later this evening. Snow will taper off to flurries tonight, generally 1 to 4 inches possible, with the highest accumulations towards the Mississippi River, the west of Dane County. We do have winter storm warnings for Iowa and Minnesota. The winter weather advisory is extending into our southwestern counties, Grant County and Crawford County included in that, and up towards La Crosse for tonight and early Saturday morning. Once we get into Saturday, the snowfall will taper off, but we'll still have those slick road conditions early on in the day. So right now, again, steadier snowfall off to the west, but we still have flurries swirling around for much of south central and southwestern Wisconsin. This continues for us through the rest of the evening and overnight. Temperature-wise, we're in the teens for our overnight hours. As we look ahead to Saturday, a little colder outside. High temperatures in the upper teens. Pretty chilly in the afternoon, but we'll get some sunshine back through to help warm things up a little bit, at least feel a little more comfortable outside for us on Saturday. Looking ahead to Sunday, some light snow expected to build in, some snow showers for us in the afternoon, so a little more accumulation on top of what we've already seen. And we've got a little bit piling up for us on the patio, but just about under a half of an inch for us out there. We could see some light trace amounts continuing to come down for Dane County off to the western edge of the state. Again, another 1 to 2 inches expected on top of what we already have on the ground. Otherwise, our trend gets a little colder outside. This weekend's chilly. By the end of next week, though, we start talking about temperatures in the morning dropping below zero and wind chills below that. So well below average trend in our 6 to 10 day and our 8 to 14 day outlook, pushing us towards the end of January. So we still have this light snowfall continuing. The highest accumulation totals will be towards the Mississippi River. It's a little colder for the weekend, and we might see that light snow creeping back in for us late Sunday. 18 the high for tomorrow, variably cloudy sky and very cold outside for us for Saturday. For Sunday, in the mid-20s with that snow chance in the late afternoon. For Monday, high temperatures will be in the upper 20s. For Martin Luther King Jr. Day, we have a flurry chance creeping in as we look ahead to the middle of the week. An early flurry possible on Wednesday, and then that colder trend again expected to build in for the back half of the work week, guys. And that's when we're going to start talking about overnight low temperatures close to zero yet again. Oh, I know we all enjoy those so much.
So much. Nights. It's only January. We got a ways to go.
We do. Yes. Winter is just getting into a groove now.
All right, Dana. Thanks, Dana. Well, broadcast journalists are used to getting negative comments from viewers when it comes to what we say, how we talk, even how we look. Former Madison anchor Michelle Lee knows what that's like, but one phone message in particular went too far when the caller criticized her for being very Asian.
Michelle is standing up for herself, and the response that she's getting and how this moment is becoming a movement is something she never expected. Our Brady Mallory has her story.
My favorite dumpling of all time, I'm not even kidding, came from Madison, Wisconsin.
You may remember Michelle Lee from when she was a news anchor here in Madison.
Crazy, yes, but you can also see them on my Facebook page or also on WISC's Facebook.
And you can always count on her for a good food recommendation.
So it's a really tiny place. I would always get, they kind of look like this.
Whether it's on TV or social media, she always shares what she loves. It's just who she is.
I ate dumpling soup. That's what a lot of Korean people do.
That's what the anchor woman in St. Louis was doing on TV when she said she ate dumplings on New Year's Day and how it's part of her Korean heritage. Then, this happened.
Hi, this evening your Asian anchor mentioned something about being Asian and Asian people eat dumplings on New Year's Day. I don't think it was appropriate that she said that, and she was being very Asian, and I don't know. She can keep her Korean to herself.
Lee played a video on social media of her listening to this message from a viewer. She kept a brave face, but admits it got to her.
And I just started, really tearing up.
When Lee tweeted about this experience, she used the hashtag #VeryAsian, and it went viral. Others used hashtag #VeryAsian to support Lee and talk about their own Asian heritage. It's become a sort of movement empowering the Asian Pacific Islander community.
But it's a gift to a lot of people in the world who felt compelled to respond to it and share some of their traditions and feel pride in who they are.
What would you say to this woman? You know, this woman who called. If you ever got
I talked to her.
What happened?
The two women talked on the phone.
And she apologized. And I accepted. And we said that we would meet one day.
Michelle Lee was just talking about food, and it led to a bad situation, which she's now using to help others. It's proof you can always count on her to respond to hate by sharing love. It's just who she is.
I hope that, like, in this situation, I really hope that, like, young people can say, that spoke to me because I should be proud of who I am for exactly how I am.
It's great to see Michelle again, isn't it? Michelle says she's already thinking about how to use this momentum to set up a more permanent cause to help and empower Asian and Pacific Islander communities. And the Very Asian has gone viral again. It's been a phenomenon.
Yeah,
raising money for good causes.
Taking a bad situation, turning it into something very positive.
Yes.
Good for her. Good to see you, Michelle, indeed. Well, coming up next on Live at 4, another Scream film debuted today, so we take you through the history of the franchise.
And then coming up next hour at 5, you've taken an at-home rapid test, so can you get reimbursed for it? And how does that work? Our Brad Hamilton will tell you all about it coming up tonight at 5.
Hey sandwich fan, new Denny's melts belong in your hand. Patty melt's a classic, Big Dipper's fantastic, and the Nashville hot chicken, bombastic? Our lineup of melts, grilled to please. See you at Denny's.
My daughter has type 2 diabetes, and lately, I've seen this change in her.
Once-weekly Trulicity is proven to help lower A1C. It lowers blood sugar from the first dose, and you could lose up to 10 pounds. Trulicity is for type 2 diabetes. It isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. It's not approved for use in children. Don't take Trulicity if you're allergic to it. You or your family have medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2. Stop Trulicity and call your doctor right away if you have an allergic reaction, a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, changes in vision, or diabetic retinopathy. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Taking Trulicity with sulfonylurea or insulin raises low blood sugar risk. Side effects include nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea, which can lead to dehydration and may worsen kidney problems. Ask your doctor about once-weekly Trulicity.
Prepare to feel good in 2022. Join Planet Fitness now for zero enrollment, $10 a month, extended to January 14th. Enjoy tons of equipment in our clean clubs for zero enrollment.
Zero enrollment?
And $10 a month.
That makes me so happy.
You know what else will make you happy? Blowing off steam in our judgment-free zone.
It's all about the endorphins, baby. What's up?
It's this place, I tell you.
Amen, baby.
Feel Fit-tacular in 2022 for zero enrollment, $10 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends January 14th.
Weather can be weathered with technology there to help you in a Ford Escape. Winter roads can be tough. Bronco Sport, tougher. And Explorer can take the bite out of chilly mornings. Ford, winter like you mean it. Right now, lease an adventure-ready 2021 Ford Explorer for $389 a month. Only your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers.
Whether you have a design emergency or you just want to shop the best furniture showroom in town, you need Dwellings, Madison's best-kept secret for design and furniture. Shop our fabulous showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
Tonight at 5, consider it a different type of homeschool. How students at a local high school are learning valuable real-world skills in our Eye on Education report.
An alert day is in the forecast for tonight as snow tapers to flurries, but very cold temperatures and a little blowing snow may leave roads slippery. Even colder weather arrives later next week. My forecast at 5.
And ahead at 6, at-home COVID test reimbursements. That's the latest from Washington. Tonight, when will they be available and how will they work? We're searching for the answers tonight at 6.
Here's a live live look at downtown Madison on this snowy Friday late afternoon.
That just, as you always say, that just looks cold.
It does look cold. I think it's the smoke coming from some of the buildings. Well, a new Scream movie creeped into theaters today.
Rick Damigella looks at the history of the slasher flick franchise.
There's certain rules to surviving. The killer is a part of something in the past.
It's been over a decade since Ghostface frightened moviegoers in Scream 4, but the series dates back to 1996 with the original Scream.
Hello?
Hello.
Scream was something spectacular. It's impossible to forget those first few minutes when you see Drew Barrymore in probably a career best performance. It was a very smart film. The way it kind of went after the tropes of horror. Hello?
Hello, Sydney. Scream 2 followed a year later.
The sequel was, I think, frankly, ahead of its time because it took the tropes of the sequel and did it in such a marvelous way. What do you know about trilogies?
Scream 3 arrived in 2000.
Scream 3 is a good movie. And look, Carrie Fisher in a horror film, that's amazing. There's a killer out there patterning his murders after the original movie.
It would be 11 years before Scream 4.
Scream 4 is an interesting one because I'll be honest, with my first viewing, I wasn't a huge fan. The kills are pretty brutal. They ain't playing in this film. And I feel like it's a film that holds up better with repeated viewings.
Something about this one just feels different.
Bringing us to this year's fifth movie, simply titled Scream.
Judging from the reaction in the Twitterverse, this movie is going to stand up to at least the first two. I've seen this movie before.
Not this movie. Watching with the lights on in Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
I haven't seen any of them.
Nope. Can't do it.
Well, still to come at 4, we're heading to London with our Michael Bruno.
How about that? Not quite, but he is interviewing a Madison composer whose music is about to premiere in London. We go backstage with Michael when Live at 4 continues.
The Lynx device stops reflux by using magnets to strengthen the muscle at the end of the esophagus, and this prevents acid from flowing from the stomach back into the esophagus.
Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
To be a thriver with metastatic breast cancer means asking for what we want and we need more time. So we want Kisqali. Women are living longer than ever before with Kisqali when taken with an aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant in postmenopausal women with HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer. Kisqali is a pill that's significantly more effective at delaying disease progression versus an aromatase inhibitor or fulvestrant alone. Kisqali can cause lung problems or an abnormal heartbeat, which can lead to death. It can cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in severe infections. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including breathing problems, cough, chest pain, a change in your heartbeat, dizziness, yellowing of the skin or eyes, dark urine, tiredness, loss of appetite, abdomen pain, bleeding, bruising, fever, chills, or other symptoms of an infection, a severe or worsening rash, are or plan to become pregnant or breastfeeding. Avoid grapefruit during treatment. Ask your doctor about living longer with Kisqali.
You've heard that an apple a day keeps the doctor away, but you still need to see your dentist because getting good dental care is important to your overall health. You know dental bills can take a big bite out of your budget, especially if you're retired or on Medicare. Even a simple cleaning can cost $200. And other procedures like crowns and root canals can cost hundreds, even thousands more. But affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company can help. Give us a call or go online for this free information kit with all the details. This isn't just a discount plan. This is real dental insurance that can help pay for over 350 covered procedures like cleanings, fillings, crowns, even dentures. There are no deductibles, no annual maximum, and you can see any dentist you like. So don't wait. Call now or go online for your free information kit from Physicians Mutual.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
From open borders, increasing crime, and rising inflation, Democrat policies are weakening America. When I ran in 2016, I intended to serve a second term and go home. But today, our nation is on a very dangerous path. If you could help make America safer and stronger, would you walk away? I've decided I can't. I'll stand and fight for freedom. I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message because I love America and Wisconsin, just like you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Schwab, General Surgeon at Stoughton Health. If you suffer from reflux, please join us for our upcoming seminar on the LINX device, a new and innovative treatment to stop reflux.
Stoughton Health, creating excellence together.
No accidents to report right now, but things getting a little slick for us, especially eastbound on the Beltline where we're seeing a few delays. Same goes westbound now, especially as you get closer to Fish Hatchery Road, downtown Madison. A few more slow and go spots than usual. Again, it's a bit snowy outside right now, a bit slick in spots, so please give yourself a little extra space, a little extra time as you're driving home. That's a quick look at traffic.
Slippery snow. When it's cold like this. All right, Dana, thank you. This Hawaiian man is now 102 years old, and he spent his birthday at the gym yesterday. Dr. James Chow works out 6 days a week at a fitness center near Honolulu. It's become a tradition for him to work out on his birthday, and he says his fitness routine is why he's lived so long.
Good for him.
Good for him. Well, based on the film of the same name, But I'm a Cheerleader, the musical stage adaptation debuted in 2005 at the New York Musical Theater Festival.
It contained 18 original songs with the music composed by Madison's Andrew Abrams.
Well, now the musical is set for its London debut next month, and Andrew is headed across the pond. Our Michael Bruno goes backstage with Andrew to talk about this big premiere.
Andy, tell us about your journey with But I'm a Cheerleader.
Well, this show's been kicking around for close to 15 years.
Wow.
Yeah, we started writing this show. My writing partner, Bill Augustin, and I started writing this when we were in a workshop in New York called the Lehman Engel BMI Musical Theater Writing Workshop. We'd both seen it. We both had really enjoyed it. And he said, would you want to write this with me? And I said, sure. And that's where we started our journey. And it's gone through many, almost produced on Broadway, almost produced in the West End, almost produced everywhere. And it has had they've always been weird circumstances that have stopped it from happening. So it is a very sort of John Waters-esque style film. It's got that feel to it, that independent John Waters feel to it. Everything is sort of magnified and a little over the top. But the basic story is that this girl Megan thinks her life is perfect. She has a boyfriend. She's on the cheerleader team, and she doesn't think there could ever be anything wrong. And then she realizes that her family and friends tell her, "We think you're a lesbian," and she says, "I'm not a lesbian." But they say, "Yes, you are," and they ship her off to straight camp. And she meets all these kind of zany people, and ultimately she ends up falling in love with one of the girls at the camp, and they get together in the end. What the musical does, and what my writing partner Bill has done so well, is the movie is very straight down the line with the plot. He's created some subplots with some of the secondary characters where her ex-boyfriend or current boyfriend and her best friend realize that they may have sent her to this horrible place, and they go on this whole journey to find her and say, "We're okay with you," but they can't find her. So like these other subplots and things just make it a way more, I think, interesting journey. It's such an interesting process to work on a new musical and know that it could change and that songs could get cut. And, it's a different thing than just doing a show. Like it's much more personal, and I'm not music directing it, so I get to sit back and watch and take it in, and sometimes that's maddening and sometimes that's amazing. It's just how it works.
And Michael joins us now. What a thrill for him to go to London to see this.
I know. Hello. Yeah, it's very exciting because it's gone on this incredible journey since 2005, and he's had to do some rewrites and kind of update it and freshen it up, and of course they had to make some Americanisms change so that the people in London would understand some of the lyrics for the songs. But it's going to be pretty exciting for him to have a show that he wrote the music for finally get a staging in London.
Andy is so incredibly talented. It's amazing. And will we be able to see this show anytime soon here in Madison?
Well, that's the hope. The hope that it gets a good run, but they can never tell with with COVID surges.
Yeah.
It was supposed to have premiered last year, and they had to shut everything down because the West End closed down.
Well, let's just go to London.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, exactly.
All right,
so hopefully we'll come to the States, yes.
All right, it's that time. 3, 2, 1,
It's Friday.
Dana back there.
And happy 10th anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
We need something to toast, Mark.
10 years we've been doing this.
10 years, I know.
Oh, my word.
We don't look a day over 1 year.
Hi, Jim. Good to see you. Have a good weekend, guys.
Have a good weekend. Good to see you.
Happy 10th anniversary. All right. We'll have a final check of your forecast. Is Dana back? No, she's over there. Okay. Coming up. Stay with us.
It's here, Wisconsin. Ashley Home Store's mega mattress clearance event is on now. Millions of dollars worth of in-stock clearance, floor samples, and overstock mattresses must be sold. Line up for savings up to 85% off while it lasts. Plus, no interest financing for 5 years. Only at Ashley Home Store.
What are you recommending for muscle pain?
Based on clinical data, I recommend Salonpas.
Agreed. My patients like these patches because they work up to 12 hours, even on moderate pain.
Salonpas, it's good medicine.
Deep in credit card debt? Did you know Credit Associates can help you reduce that debt? It's not nearly as complicated as you think. Let me show you what I mean. First, there's the total amount of credit card debt you owe. Whoa! We can reduce that by almost half. Second, how about those decades you'll be in debt? We reduce that down to as little as 24 to 36 months, giving you up to 20 debt-free years back. Lastly, how about the endless hours of stress and anxiety from being in debt? We can help reduce that too. It's easy to get started. Call now to see how Credit Associates can reduce your debt and save you thousands. The information is free and there's no risk to call. 1-800-949-3849. Call Credit Associates now to start living better, debt-free. 1-800-949-3849.
It's here, Wisconsin. Ashley Home Store's mega clearance event is on now. Millions of dollars worth of in-stock clearance, floor sample, and special purchase furniture and mattresses must be sold. This is your chance to save as much as 85% off while it lasts. Plus, no interest financing for 3 years store-wide. Only at Ashley Home Store.
Tonight at 5, we take a look at COVID numbers in Rock County and how they're tracking COVID cases through wastewater. And then consider a different type of homeschool, how students at a local high school are learning valuable real-world skills. See you at 5.
Be prepared for winter weather. Trust the First Warn Weather Team to give you clear, timely, and accurate info, keeping you safe and ahead of the storms. Your certified most accurate team. First Warn Weather, only on News 3 Now.
We do have winter weather advisories for tonight for our southwestern counties, Grant County and Crawford County included in that, which are storm warnings well off to the west, where they're seeing some steady snowfall coming down, more towards light flurries for us for much of Dane County, but some steady snow showers in the Prairie du Chien to Richland Center area. Overall accumulation totals will be in the 1 to 4 inch range, with the highest amounts expected along the Mississippi River. Snow tapering to flurries tonight, and then a cold weekend expected to follow. We'll be right back.
Fixed. No charge.
Ah, that's my son. He always takes care of his mama.
Ooh, what's up with Granny's casserole?
It's for after your Uncle Joe's funeral. My brother didn't have a life insurance policy.
I hear there's a collection to help Aunt Adele.
Yeah, a funeral costs north of $9,000 these days. That's a hefty bill for family to pay if there's no life insurance check to help.
Wow. Makes you think, doesn't it?
Which reminds me, I've been meaning to tell you, I got that $9.95 plan from Colonial Penn. I'm on a fixed income, so price is important.
The life insurance on TV.
Just $9.95 a month to help you pay my funeral expenses. What about your family, son? You've got a wife and kids, and a grandson living with you now, too.
Maybe I should get the $9.95 plan, too. Thing is, this has been a rough year for my business, Ma. Money's tight. Still, for $9.95 a month, I don't have a good excuse, do I?
I'm Jonathan for Colonial Penn Life Insurance Company. If you're age 50 to 85, just $9.95 a month buys whole life insurance with guaranteed acceptance. You cannot be turned down for any health reason. There are no health questions. Guaranteed lifetime coverage. Your insurance can never be canceled. Just pay your premiums. Guaranteed lifetime rate lock. Your rate can never increase. It's locked in as soon as you're covered and stays the same for the rest of your life. With guarantees like these, it's no surprise the $9.95 plan is Colonial Penn's #1 most popular whole life insurance.
Now don't forget, wear your good suit tonight. And please call about the $9.95 plan today while it's on your mind, okay?
Call now for free information.
Call 1-800-505-7613 for free information and your free beneficiary planner. No obligation. 1-800-505-7613. That's 1-800-505-7613. Call now.
This year, there are more tax credits at stake than ever before. Thousands more. The tax pros at Jackson Hewitt will help track down every last dollar. Jackson Hewitt is here to make sure you don't miss a single deduction, so you can get your biggest refund guaranteed.
Nurse Mariam Sabo knows a moment this pure demands a lotion this pure. New Gold Bond Pure Moisture Lotion. 24-hour hydration. No parabens, dyes, or fragrances. Gold Bond. Champion your skin.
Well, we've come to that point in the week when we need a little break from the burdens of the day, right?
Yes, that means it's time to check in with Louie and Oliver for this week's edition of the News Hounds.
Here's the News Hounds, Louie and Oliver, with their World News Roundup.
This week on the News Hounds, polar bears on the rocks.
Holy cats!
And an ostrich stampede.
But first, 2 white lion cubs met the public for the first time at a zoo in Peru. Kimba and Zamara, 9 and 10 months respectively, are normal African lions that have a recessive gene that makes their fur white. They are not albino lions. The cubs from 2 different litters were acquired from a zoo in Mexico and were kept in quarantine before they were finally released for public display.
More big cat news. 5 endangered Siberian tiger cubs at a South Korea zoo had crowds flocking in to see them. 2022 will see the start of the Year of the Tiger on February 1st, adding significance for visitors. The quints, whose combined names are Aryam, Daum, Yuri, Nara, and Gangson, mean beautiful landscape of our country. They were born on June 27, 2021. It was a rare event, as tigers usually only give birth to a litter of 2 or 3. The cubs only weighed 1 kilogram at birth, but have grown by 30 times in 6 months. The Siberian tiger, once common on the Korean peninsula, is on the brink of extinction in the wild. Scientists believe only a few hundred now live outside captivity.
Why did dozens of ostriches cross the road? Because a farm worker manning the gate blew it. That's why. 80 ostriches were spotted making a break for it, booking down the streets of a city in South China. An employee forgot to lock the gate at a local farm, resulting in the flock's freedom flight, although ostriches can't fly. Here's a fun fact. Ostriches are some of the fastest birds on the planet. On foot, capable of sprinting up to 45 miles per hour. The feathered fugitives were eventually rounded up.
Finally, the polar bears at the Portland Zoo, large saltwater pool in their habitat, but hey, what's more fun than a tub filled with ice? Half-sisters Nora and Amelia Gray love playing in the tub. You usually find them in their swimming pools, but every once in a while, when the mood strikes, there's nothing better than a tub of ice.
And that's this week's edition of the News Hounds Now Update.
They're having a blast. That's our time for now. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here Monday. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.